guys, so another video from the road. This video is going to be about the concept of the mechanic's car is always a piece of shit. That's kind of a decently well-known saying where it's like the mechanic's car, like someone who makes a living fixing cars is going to be driving a piece of crap because their effort is always focused on other people's cars, not their own. And the same is true of dog trainers' dogs. So my dogs, my dogs are not great. Okay, so they're not great in a lot of ways, but they are fantastic overall. So I will never win any sort of obedience competition with my dogs. Like, I won't. They know their basic stuff, and you know, they're well behaved. They're very well behaved dogs, but they're not to the standard that I would want client dogs to be at. So for example, Abe started out with me very incredibly fear aggressive, where you couldn't really even attempt to touch him or he would bite you. And he was very reactive. Sometimes you could touch him, sometimes you couldn't, but like he was real bad. He was real fearful. And he's a different dog now. He's a great dog, but he is not at the standard that I would want a client dog to be. So if a client adopted this dog and brought him to me for training, he would be a lot farther along than he is. He would be very handleable. He would be a lot better than he is. Why? Because I'm a dog trainer. Like, I can handle him, I can manage him. He's not in any sort of like mental distress. Like, he's not anxious anymore. He's not fearful anymore. Like, he's a good dog. Like, he is a good solid dog. But he is not like, I can handle him. I can do whatever I want to him. Other people cannot. So like, even Jordan, my fiance, can't like physically handle him. Like, he can't trim his nails. He can't like do a veterinary exam with him. I can do all those things, but nobody else can. And I am okay with that. Because I am a dog trainer, and because he is my dog, and because I'm young, he's young, like, there's not really any risk that, like, I'm going to pass away. Well, I mean, there's always that risk, but there's not a whole lot of risk that he will have to be handled by anybody but me right now. So I take that risk. Mostly because I don't feel like it's necessary to get him to the point where I would need a client dog to be at. Maybe that's a mistake, I don't know, but it's a risk that I'm willing to take. Oh, this is a turn lane. Oh good, I need to turn here. Oh god. Anyway, so he's not at the level that I would want a client dog to be at. But it's okay because I can manage him, and that's a risk that I'm willing to take. Sky, on the other hand, is a freaking cupcake. Like, she's fine. Like, anybody can do anything to that dog, and it's not a big deal. So that's not really relevant. But it's been kind of a little bit of a struggle for me to kind of change the way that I think about it, because I have Elsa and Pip in my home right now, and they are at a point, both of them are at a point where they could realistically stay with me and be totally fine. Like, I can manage them and it's not that big of a deal. But neither one of them are at a point where I could confidently send them to a home of a normal dog owner and not worry. So it's a big shift in my perspective that I really have to keep in mind. Like, I'm not training these dogs to live with me. I'm training these dogs to live with people. You know, like just a standard dog owner, not a trainer. Like, I could live with these dogs for their whole lives and not have a problem. But they're not at the level that I would need them to be at to live with a normal person. So it's really kind of a perspective that I need to kind of shift. At the same time, one of the phrases, the most used phrases of a couple of my favorite trainers that I follow, Larry Crone and Pat Stewart and Glenn Cook of the Canine Paradigm, One of their most used phrases is, "Cool, show me your dog." And that's awesome. I love that, because it's like people who are giving advice, trainers who are making a living or even making any sort of money off of training need to have a good handle on how to do the things that they're training. So like for me, I can realistically and confidently and competently work with someone who's struggling with a fearful reactive dog, because I've done it, and I can show you my dog. Like, he's not perfect, but I can make him perfect if I needed to. I just haven't. But watching him from the progress that I've made from the beginning to now, I can confidently and competently show you my dog as proof that I can do that. And like aggression, not like severe aggression, but you know, fear aggression, same thing. Like with Elsa, I can show you my dog. She's not my dog, but the dog that I've been working with, and you can see the progress that I've made with her, and I've shown you all the work that I've done with her to get her to this point. So I can show you that. If someone can't show you that, be skeptical. Like, if someone claims to know exactly how to do something and is telling you how to do it, cool, show me your dog. You know, like, I need to see it. I need to see it. Otherwise I'm not gonna put a whole lot of weight on your opinion. Like, unless you can show me, cool, show me your dog. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions or want me to talk about this more, let me know.